Excellencies, distinguished guests, friends and colleagues from across the globe, ladies and gentlemen, hello and warm greetings from the Blue Pacific continent. I am Henry Puna, the Secretary General of the Pacific Islands Forum, and I'm pleased to join you today on behalf of all Pacific Islands Forum members to discuss a topic of such importance to our region. In the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent, the Pacific's most important regional policy document, Forum leaders have highlighted that climate change remains the single greatest threat to the livelihoods, security, and well-being of all Pacific peoples. This is one of the most comprehensive statements on the link between climate change and human security anywhere in the world. And that is no coincidence. Climate change affects every dimension of Pacific countries' governance, external relations, identity and culture, threatening livelihoods, social cohesion, land, food, water, health, and economies. Indeed, climate change poses significant risks for individual, community, national, and regional stability. In some cases, these risks are already manifesting into increased social pressure and disputes, resulting in the erosion of social norms that guide community life. And if left unaddressed, these interactions could cause further social discord, leading to social or political instability or even violent conflict. Understanding and addressing those risks is an essential step to dealing with challenges that are new and complex in nature. Over the last few years, the Pacific Islands Forum has partnered with the United Nations Development Programme to enhance our understanding of these risks. As a result of that partnership, we were able to launch the Pacific Climate Security Assessment Guide earlier this year. I understand that today's organizers have or will make a copy of that guide available, and I urge you all to please read it. Indeed, I believe several of those in your midst today helped us with the development of the draft. Thank you sincerely. The guide places a spotlight on climate change as a security issue for our Blue Pacific continent and provides a helpful tool for policymakers right across our region. The guide, developed by using world-leading methodology, highlights how climate change will challenge livelihoods and the blue economy, threaten land availability and usability, put pressure on food, water, and health systems, and exacerbate disasters. We learned how climate change will erode the resilience of our governments and vulnerable groups, affect mobility trends, and challenge national sovereignty and regional stability. It is indeed very grim reading. But here in the Blue Pacific, we are up to the challenge. Indeed, work on climate change mitigation and adaptation cuts across all facets of our Pacific Islands Forum leaders' agenda. And at the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat, our key focus is delivering the leaders' vision of a region of peace, harmony, security, social inclusion, and prosperity. We will continue to support our members to deal with the impacts of climate change and its linkages with local, national, and regional security. To do so, we acknowledge that the Pacific region is diverse, and specific national responses require specific national risk assessments. As such, as a next step, we are looking for partners to support us to take the lessons learned from the Regional Climate Security Assessment Guide and propagate that experience at the national level. So please do consider how you might be able to help Pacific Island countries who are at the forefront of the fight against climate change. At the same time, at the regional level, we will continue to challenge the traditional view of security and broaden everyone's understanding of how diverse security threats in the Pacific really are. Forum leaders did just that when they endorsed the Bowie Declaration on Regional Security, and they continue to make that point very clear. Pacific Islands peoples are affected far less by fighter jets than they are by floods. We are affected far less by cruise missiles than we are by cyclones. We are affected far less by snipers than we are by rising sea levels. We will continue to make that point on behalf of and alongside our members. Indeed, we want to see the same kind of attention and resourcing that traditional security issues receive dedicated to fighting climate change. We are supporting our members to develop innovative climate financing solutions. We are supporting our members to come together to share challenges and come up with real innovative actions. In my opening, I mentioned the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent, our region's guiding strategy. At present, we are working hard to develop the subsequent implementation plan, which we expect to be able to share with you all before the end of this year. That implementation plan will highlight the many ways in which partners can support the Blue Pacific continent, including with work on climate security. Please do keep an eye out for it. In closing, let me take the opportunity to thank you for allowing us to share some of our experiences with you. I welcome you to join us in the fight against climate change at every given opportunity. And I thank you very much for your attention.